are seeing us for the very first time, this is the paring knife that everybody will be receiving today for free. It does have a $5 value. It's made out of solid stainless steel. Please be very careful when I do pass these out. These are like little razor blades on the end of a stick. So if everybody could do me one favor, and that's keep these inside the cover and keep them inside the box until after you leave Sam's Club. Before you take them out, the management here would appreciate that a lot. So can everybody say okay?
Okay.
All right, how many of you are going to say thank you when I hand out your free gifts? All right, I just want to make sure everyone's nice before I hand out sharp objects. So I'm going to ask for your thanks a little differently. We're going to introduce a product into the store. I'm going to be real fast, real quick, then we'll hand them out. I work for a company called Hessler Worldwide, and we are the makers of the Sharp Select knife. Now, does anyone here remember seeing a knife on TV years ago, cut to a can? Yeah, anybody own a knife like that?
I did.
Yeah, how long have you had it?
For about 5 years.
5 years. Got a black handle? Yep, still sharp?
Just like that.
Just like that? Still sharp? The reason we ask that question is this knife actually comes with this guarantee that states if it ever goes dull, for any reason at all, if it bends, breaks, even if it's your fault, they will replace the knife unconditionally for free. Now, how many of you would have to say that's a pretty good guarantee on a knife? It's a good guarantee, right? How many of you would like that guarantee on your car? Of course, everyone. All right, I'm going to assume everyone here has knives at home. Maybe some of them look similar to this one right here. I like to call it Old Faithful. Now, what's the first thing to go wrong with our knives at home? They go dull, absolutely. How about the handles? Cracking, breaking, or just becoming loose? Do you know what happens when you have a loose or a cracked handle? Germs and bacteria actually grow on the inside of that. Think about cutting something like poultry with a loose handle where that juice goes. How do you clean it? You can't. That's why they actually made our knife one piece. As you can see, it's tip to tip, solid stainless steel. Nothing can get in or ever come out of our handle. Now, has anyone here ever tried to cut into a tomato with a dull knife?
Oh, yeah.
How's that work out? Not very well. You got to kind of poke it, right? Just to try to get it started. Our knife, again, never needs sharpening. You never sharpen these knives. Matter of fact, the weight of the knife will actually do the slicing for you, whether you want it thin, thick. Now, is it important to have sharp cutlery in our kitchens? Absolutely. How about cutting anything soft? What kind of knife do you need for this? A bread knife? See, the questions aren't that hard, and of course, if you don't have a bread knife and you use Old Faithful, you just recognize that smashed up, beat up piece. Our knife is not only a slicer, not only a bread knife, but if you'll notice on the very top of our knife, we have a little serving fork. And what that is actually for is carving. When you're carving a piece of chicken, turkey, ham, or roast, all you have to do is slice it up real fast, pick it up with a little serving fork on the end, roll it around in your gravy, and then put it on the plate. It's actually 3 knives in one. It's a slicer, bread knife, and carving knife. Now, most of you remember the commercial on TV where they cut through that can? We're not going to do that today. We're going to cut through something just a little bit harder than aluminum, harder than bone, harder than anything frozen you're ever going to want to cut in your kitchen. That's our solid steel hammer. If you would just feel the top of it, that it's real, it's not plastic or fake. Oh, I know what it is. You have to tell them. Let's give a round of applause to our hammer expert right there. Thank you very much. Now, if you guys can't see this from afar, you're going to want to come up close so you can see this with your own eyes. And again, this is why we do it here for you live in the store. Now, I'm not going to try to cut all the way through this hammer. We don't have all day, and this is not a hacksaw. It's a carving knife. But what I do want to show you is that no matter what I do to the blade on this knife, that it will not go dull. And please do not try this at home with your own sets of knives. If you do, they'll become butter knives very, very quickly. Now, can everyone here see the shavings? These shavings are obviously coming from that hammer. They are not coming from my knife. Pretty impressive?
Yep.
You guys can clap for it if you want. Hey. Now, I have a feeling some of you here buy things in bulk, because we are here at Sam's Club. So what do you do when you buy those giant pieces of meat here at the store? Well, usually we take them home, cut them up into portions real quick, just stick them in the freezer. Try to do that with Old Faithful. It's not going to work out very well. But again, with our knife, quickly and simply, cut what you want and just stick the rest in the freezer. Because again, it'll cut right through ham bones, lamb bones, chicken bones, ribs, steaks. Cut what you want and just stick the rest back in the freezer. And if it'll cut through a hammer, and if it'll cut through wood, you think it's going to cut through simple frozen food?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But the true test of my knife is it still sharp. We just cut into a hammer, we just cut into wood. That will dull any knife. So we're going to take our tomato right back out. Just watch this, folks. just like it was out of the box. Every single time, no matter what I do to the blade on this knife, it will always be sharp. It'll be sharp next week, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and really the best part about it, it's guaranteed in writing to last a lifetime. Now, how many of you would have to say that I do have a pretty terrific knife? Right here, right? It's fair enough. So what is the $1 million question? How much is it? Of course. Right now we do have a competitor of ours with a similar blade, but it actually comes with a cheap plastic handle that retails online for $59.95. You pay $6.95 just in shipping and handling. And of course you don't even get it for 4 to 6 weeks. We are here today at Sam's Club, coming directly from the manufacturer. So when you take our knife home today, you'll take it home for $49.88. Now, I can't do anything about the price. That's the nationally advertised price. But they brought me in here for a reason, and that's to show you a whole lot more value. So when you take that one knife home today, they are also going to include a second Sharp Select knife absolutely free. 2 knives for the price of one, or $100 worth of cutlery for $49.88. Now that little serving fork on the end, some people use that to hold the meat down. They use the other one to carve with it, or because they're both guaranteed for a lifetime. Some people keep one for themselves because, well, they bought it. And they stick the other one in a piece of fruit like a pineapple, put a bow around it, and they let somebody else experience the knife for a lifetime as well, and they get the same exact guarantee. Of course, everyone here today will be receiving a free paring knife, and that's just for putting up with me, and I do appreciate that. But when you take those 2 knives home today, they're also going to include with it 2 of our tip-to-tip solid stainless steel paring knives as well. These knives are great for cheese, fruits, vegetables, guaranteed for a lifetime, the same as our other knives, and another $20 value each. So now we have a $50, we have $100, we have $120, $140 with a guaranteed for life cutlery, all today for $49.88. Now, how many of you would say that's a pretty good deal? Pretty good deal, right? But we don't shop here at Sam's Club for pretty good deals, do we? We shop here for great ones. So today we are going to make it great. When you take all 4 of those knives home today, they're also going to include with it the workhorse in the kitchen, which is our chef's knife. Do all your dicing, do all your chopping. You can actually use this as a cleaver as well. This is another $50 value, and again, they are including it with the set today. In addition to that, when you take all 5 of those knives home today, they're also going to include with it. Does anyone know what this knife is? Boning knife or a fillet knife. If any of you guys eat ribs, you never trim the fat off on the back, this will go through it like butter. Chicken cutlets, fish. Let me show you an example of how sharp and flexible this is. And just watch this. I'm going to do this with one hand. We're just going to kind of slide right through there so you can just see how sharp this is. Now check it out. I'm actually going to fillet the fillet with this. So again, you can actually just see how sharp and how flexible this is. We just split that right in half. That's another $50 value, and again, it's included with the set today. So now we have a 50, we have 100, we have 150, we have 200, we have 220, $240 with a guarantee for life cutlery, all today for $49.88. Now, how many of you would say that's a great deal? And it is. And we got one more special bonus gift for you today.
Is that to go?
We got all. When you take all 6 of those knives, they're also going to include with it. Well, I'm not forcing you to be here. In addition to that, when you take all 6 of those knives, they're also going to include our Robo Whisk. All you do is tap the top of it, and it'll whip up a drink in a matter of seconds. Add a little cream, add some coffee to this. You can froth it up to the very, very top, add a little bit of chocolate, add a little bit of cinnamon. This is another $25 value, and again, it's included with the set today. So let me show you how it all comes. This is our gourmet series of knives. You're going to get all 6 of the knives in the box just like this. You're going to get the chef's knife. You're going to get the 2 carving knives. You're going to get the fillet knife. You're going to get the 2 paring knives. The Robo Whisk is already included in the box. This is a $265 value today for $49.88. Now the very first thing that you're going to see when you open the box is a lifetime guarantee, basically stating these will be the last set of knives that you'll ever own. And you're not buying them from me, you're buying them from Sam's Club. So like anything else, you just take them up to the register, bring them right through. All of Sam's store policies do apply. However, these will not be available in the store on a regular basis. Once we leave, the promotion goes with us. And I just got one more thing to show you, and then I will be all done. We do have another set that is now available. And this is our Gourmet Plus set. Everything I just demonstrated for you is actually inside the box already. It comes with 8 steak knives, and it comes with a holder that holds all 16 pieces. Everything's guaranteed for a lifetime. It's $119.88, and we have a couple of these available as well. I'm all done. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. Give yourselves a round of applause. Before I do pass out the free paring knives, I am going to pass out the sets first. Who would like the first set? Again, these make wonderful gifts for birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries. If you know anybody who loves to cook, there you go. Anybody else like a set? You're welcome.
Los chiquitos te lo dan, pero tampoco.
Anybody else like a set? Anyone else? And anybody else like one? There you go.
How many come in this box right here?
7 pieces. Look on the back of it. Look on the back. Anyone else like a set?